whoop-de-whoop, blase blah. He say, she say, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Scary ass. Every time you come around, you be hollering that whoop-de-whoop, blase blah. He say, she say. I'm trying to learn something. 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 I'm trying.
This movie exposed the music industry.
Who the hell are you? Use your imagination, dude. This is my favorite table. Done a lot of business at this booth.
Oh, come on, guys.
And look, pop stars, they're the ones who influence the masses. We're just a rock band.
Pop stars are so fucking boring. Anyway, I've got most of them.
Like who?
Jay-Z, Empire State of Mind. I love that lyric. Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends. And then his little protege, Kanye. You know, I put him on the front of Rolling Stone magazine with a crown of thorns on his head. Total fucking blasphemy. You know, that guy's got over 20 Grammys. That's more than the Beatles, Neil Young, and Elvis put together. I mean, even I'm embarrassed by it.
You must got waves. You got that do-rag on.
No, I got braids.
Let me see the braids. Okay.
Yeah, they teeny tiny.
Boy, I thought you was a street nigga. Teeny tiny.
Yeah, my braids, they teeny tiny.
That ain't no word no street nigga use.
Yes, I am.
You got a lisp. Street nigga don't have lisp, though.
Yeah.
That nigga got a street nigga costume on, nigga.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. I knew he wasn't a street nigga, man.
I couldn't rap. I'm going to spit a little bit then.
Spit a little bit.
Yeah, spit a little bit.
Yeah. You said spit. 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 Go ahead, spit, nigga.
She make it clap, but I bring them choppers out. Pussy nigga gone.
Okay, hold on now. You said she.
You want me?
Do what you do. Just be honest.
Do what I do, though.
Yeah, be honest, be honest.
She make it clap,
She?
but I bring them. He make it clap, but I bring them choppers out. Pussy nigga go.
There's a massive difference between a companion and a partner. Let's just be honest. Can I help you save a lot of time, energy, and heartbreak? Anybody can go to the movies with you. Anybody can go on a cruise with you. Anybody can go to a restaurant with you. Companionship is easy. You can get a dog and you got companionship. I think all of us need to move from seeking companionship to seeking partnership. People say cheating is what kills every relationship. You know what I believe really kills a lot of relationships? A lack of vision for the relationship. A single person knows what they want. Another single person knows what they want. So these two single people both are going after what they want, but they didn't make the vision of what the relationship was going to be bigger than their own individual visions. So as they're in relationship, they're pursuing separate visions. That's division. So at the end of the day, every couple that I know that's killing it, kicking butt and taking names, and they're authentically happy, the vision that they have for their marriage is bigger than the individual vision of any individual person in the relationship.
There's so much trans hate in the fucking world. Sorry, there's so much trans hate in the world right now, and I'm so done with it. And pride just means that we are unabashedly happy just to be alive.
Yeah. And where do you personally feel that hate is coming from?
Most places, but especially the government.
And in your own life, where would you say that you feel the hate the most?
I feel like I kind of internalize a lot of the hate, so it feels like it mostly comes from myself at this point because...
You are traveling with the Hood Mystic. Time to tap in now. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite mystics favorite mystic. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer.
Everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Time to tap in now.
My mind right, money right, yeah. Ready for war, nigga, we ready for y'all.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic.
Let me see those hands in the air.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic.
Man, give it up for yourself. You made it another day. You in the present moment. That is the gift. That is why they call it the goddamn present. Don't waste this moment. What it is that you want to do in this life, start working towards it, even while you listen to this damn video. Get your damn earpods on and get the goddamn work. Clean up that goddamn house while you listening to the goddamn podcast. Clean the room, clean the car out, clean out the trash out the backyard. Shit, go to the ghetto and clean out that motherfucking neighborhood. It sure damn needed. The point of it is stop thinking about yourself. I mean, think about yourself. Self-preservation is the number one rule to the game. But at a certain point, what are you doing to help others? This is my offering. I'm the Hood Mystic, representing hoodmystic.com. I'm slow today, y'all. Don't even worry about me. I'll get myself together. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get my shit together, y'all. I promise you. I promise you. What's on the docket today? Today, we are going to be talking about Jupiter sextile Venus. Today is Thursday, Jupiter Day. Today is July 18th, 2024. The topic of the day is cut off season, because sometimes you gotta cut people off, right? You think about the successful couple, the successful girl, the successful guy, the successful kid is not all up in people's faces. One's in the chat. They tend to keep their circle nice and small. And when it's time to pop out, you pop out and you show niggas. One's in the chat. But even though Jupiter is very much partnership, socially centered, when we think about planetary combinations, it's not for you to connect with people on fuck shit. It is for you to connect on putting a mixtape out, or like I would. The thing about it, this shit have been over, woo, right? But life is what life is. So what life reduces to once this shit is over is living an intentional life. Because one's in the chat, if you ever had a near-death experience or you feel disconnected from reality in some sort, it could be that you in a particular dimension where the only thing that is going to happen is you to fulfill your dreams or not, right? It's not so much of what we have to do, it's what we want to do, what we intend to do, what we are driven to do in this particular matrix. So it's like, yeah, we could do whatever we need to do, whatever we want to do, but it's more deeper into, do we believe in ourselves? Jupiter will say, do the people around you believe in themselves too? Because as much as you love yourself and as much as you love a person, that person is not entitled or might even not even love themselves. However, when we talk about Jupiter, we're also talking about magic. We're also talking about abundance. So when you get with people or people that even aspire to be the best version of themselves, and you aspire to be the best version of yourself, when y'all come together, Jupiter day, magic can happen, sextile Venus. So that's the breakdown of the situation. But let's get into more of a heavier heavier dose. I'm trying to find the right screen and just look at the chart because there was some things that I wanted to just kind of show and point out. The moon and this third deacon of Scorpio oppose Jupiter, although moon is going to be moving rather fast. When you have a Scorpio moon oppose this Jupiter energy, there is a portal that is going to open up to whereas you can manifest what you want. It's kind of like a trick bag though. You'll tend to get what you want, but what you want is not what you should have. So that's going to be the thing. If you're very driven to get what you want, chances are you're going to be getting it sometimes this week, but it's not going to be exactly what you want because the moon and the feelings and the magic sometimes ties into immediate gratification, which is no bueno when it comes to actual manifestation in nature, which is never immediate gratification, is always a gradual development and growth. And that is what strengthens us, and that's what's root us, and that what evolve us to become super sentient or supernatural. Uh, the other ways for which are more or less of a smoke and mirror, and this is how people get themselves into a lot of trouble. So when you look at the Seven of Cups, where the moon resides, that deals with a lot of illusion, a lot of emotional glamour. So you gotta, but it's a beautiful thing if you can get behind what you want and not want it so much so you can begin to focus on the Jupiterian aspects where Jupiter is in the six of this area. And the six of this area is basically saying you can get whatever you want through connecting through the energies in reference to your passions. Some of us are very much in tune with our passions. Some of us are far away from our passions because we decided to work. And this is business owners, entrepreneurs, investment bankers, people that make a lot of money. They tend to drift further away from what makes them alive, what makes them whole. And so the irony of most of our lives is that we made the wrong decision where we should have cultivated a network of people that we could pour into and they could pour into us. We should find people that we love and people that love us. And so the ways for which I've always manifested people in my life is the inward journey, burning roses, drinking mugwort tea, getting deeper into my attention. You know, the woman that I'm with, I've manifested her over many, many years, right? So the life that I live, I've manifested over many, many of years because I've always done spiritual things that haven't so when you're burning herbs and you're doing the spiritual work outside of immediate gratification, then you just doing it to do it. So I urge people, get you a smudge kit, get you a cauldron, get you these types of things, a mortar and pestle, get you these particular things, get you some frankincense, get you some myrrh. When you start, if you have a sincere spiritual routine, you're going to get everything that you want and everything that you desire. And the trick bag of it is realizing the points in times where your ego have made decisions for you and it fucked up your life, right? We tend to make the wrong decision. We make decisions out of survival. We tend to make the wrong decisions when we're not in our truth in our relationships. So, I'm a vegan. You be around me, you be my girl. You're going to be like, all right, I'm going to be a vegan. Well, that's going to create tension in our relationship because you're going to be craving junior bacon cheeseburgers. And I'm like, do you know any good new vegan restaurants? I'm going to irk your soul. And it's not my fault. I'm inherently not into eating meat. I wouldn't even care if a girl liked me, right? But I understand the pressures of trying to be a person that you're not because you don't have a real connection with your soul. Thus, we're talking about Venus. Venus deals a lot with relationships. And when we talk about life, relationships aren't everything, relationships are the only thing. I don't really when you so this life is very tricky and it's very deceitful. Moon and Scorpio, Scorpio moon. Your feelings will lie to you 99% of the time. Kyrie, I think you're lying when you say that. All right, explain your baby dad. Explain your baby mom. How am I a liar? No, you're a liar. You don't see that your emotions have played tricks on you. You thought you was gonna be in love with this guy. You thought you was gonna be in love with this girl, and they don't even have the capacity to love you. Why would a Scorpio moon be hazardous to the human being? Because the Scorpio moon, in reference to the Pluto and Scorpio generation, which is most of our upbringing, most of our reality, we have equated love to equate to the sexual organs because Scorpio rules over the sexual organs. So, a Scorpio transit moon, you're either going to be able to channel spirits or you're going to be locked into low vibrational relationships with low vibrational people. What makes people low vibrational? They're dominated by their Scorpio moon. A Scorpio moon is where you're telling somebody, or you're just like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep, and you wake up at 3 a.m. and you fucking, right? One's in the chat if you ever got a 2 a.m., 3 a.m. text. One in the chat if you ever sent out a 2 a.m., 3 a.m. text. Hey yo, is you up? What you doing? One's in the chat if you ever called somebody at 2 or 3 a.m. You ain't called them all day. You had a busy day with your family, and life been lifing. Have you ever received or have you ever sent out a late night text that was not in part of the plan of the day? I just need y'all to be honest about this shit because if you're not honest about this shit, you're never going to receive gnosis because you're going to wake up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're going to be with somebody that you don't even really like, but the Scorpio moon aspect that is inherent in all of us because we all have sexual organs that needs to be mastered because that is your vehicle to spiritual development. That's why a lot of gurus, a lot of teachers, a lot of spiritualists, they'll never get it. They can have this. One's in the chat if you've seen somebody with a lot of subscribers melt down. If you've seen people break under the pressure of serving a lot of people. Because it's not about that. Where we talk about the vehicle to if you're able to like even be present in a conversation, especially as a man. If you don't master Scorpio, if you don't master like men, come on, dog. Niggas will buy pussy. Like they will literally be sitting at home and out of sorts, dog. Like, come on, dog. Like I asked my girl, you ever got a hotel room to get some dick for a nigga? She look at me like I'm 10 levels of crazy. Why would I buy a hotel room? Now I ask myself, have you ever bought a hotel room? Oh, I've done that shit 1,000 times. Literally been in 1,000 hotel rooms, 1,000 nights at least. 98% of the time I was getting a hotel room was to clap cheeks. So, and trust me, that's money down the fucking drain. That's money down the fucking drain. You can't even check into the hotel room until after 3. You don't get there till 8. So what is we doing there? We Scorpio in it, sexual organs. But that is the fucking problem. I'm talking about men though. Men though, like men, like we want to be spiritual. Can we talk about it though? Like at what point as men do we have the conversation? Because all of the shit that we talk about is very Aries, very centered in the head, right? Or centered in Taurus. Oh, we can make money doing this. But we're talking about the alchemy and the transformation and the portal. Nigga, at the end of the day, you wanna fuck that girl. So one's in the chat, bro. You chilling with your niggas, you plotting, you planning. His girl come, your girl come, his girl call, your girl call. What you doing? Oh, a minute, guys, we plotting and planning. We trying to do the pizza shop. Well, when you coming home? I miss you. I mean, we trying to build this pizza shop. Like, probably going to do an all-nighter. All-nighter, nigga. What the fuck? Like, you want to fuck your homeboys? Like, what the fuck, nigga? Why don't you just come be with me? Your Scorpio moon will then say, because the Scorpio moon is isolated for the Pluto and moon generation. We are the first generation that came up with Netflix and chill. That wasn't a thing to us. We millennials created the concept of we about to fuck this bitch. Can we talk about it? Or niggas want to be sitting back confused? Before us, like my mom and my dad generation, they was fucking, but they had degrees and jobs. Millennials said, oh, we about to get on Backpage. We about to get on OnlyFans. We about to make money selling ass. And a lot of the things that motivate us is music. A lot of the music gets worked at the strip club first. If it works at the strip club, it'll work with the children. This is a sick ass world we live in. We came up at a sick ass time. A lot of us was born Pluto and Libra, but our upbringing, the 90s, the 2000s, that's Pluto and Scorpio, and sex took over. So our ways of dealing with the life in the world, we millennials, but we don't own our own homes. We don't have no money. Our credit is fucked up. Our relations is fucked up. I wonder why. Could it be that Pluto is in Scorpio and we do not even understand Libra? We millennials, and none of us have walked down the fucking aisle, man or woman. We never got married. We was fucking bitches though. We was getting cracked though. We had boyfriends though. We didn't live with bitches though. But then when we start dealing with the astrology, somehow a spiritual nigga is disconnected from reality. No, I'm telling you, this is how shit is. Every girl you meet have been slutted out and smutted out before, bro. So you're going to have to be taken up with somebody's sloppy seconds. First generation that ever have to really break it down to you like that. We got to cope with it because they independent and they going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Listen, when you get a girl, she got to be able to do whatever she want to do, but you got to set the rules and the laws at the same time. It don't ever work. Did you hear what I just said? You didn't hear what I said because you living in this fucking madness. You cannot tell her what to do, but you got to be the man and take control. That's a Scorpio moon. People say delusion, and I say, damn, the whole planet delusional. Because Pluto and Libra is some shit we didn't access. We didn't come up in a society. And the astrology is for melanated people to understand who we are, right? To get back to a way of life. Because the stories have been recorded by our ancestors. The white boy colonizer got everything, including astrology. But the white boy colonizer didn't even know that the fucking stars existed because he couldn't even look up. He was always looking down. So everything within the realms of science, technology, Freemasonry, occult science, ritual, magic, it's our shit. But we too busy fucking. Okay. Scorpio moon is Scorpio, opposed Jupiter. But understand, Scorpio isn't all about sex. When we deal with Scorpio, we're dealing with your side. Your side then becomes the communication between you and spirit, you and source. And that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to enter into the energy of Libra, build a mental connection, balance each other out. And from there, we move into Scorpio after we've created this energy. So bringing us back to Jupiter, because when we look at Jupiter, Jupiter is a very social planet, but the seventh house or Libra, it represents more of dealing with other people, partnerships, relationships, marriages. When you have a Jupiter sextile Venus, I've been talking about this transit over the past couple of weeks, is more or less centered in relationships. And the wisdom between Jupiter, sextile Venus, is that you could experience a lot of luck, Jupiter, when you actually love somebody, Venus. But I'm afraid that we don't actually understand and understand and overstand love because the sex has been a predominant energy. That's why Moon is opposed Jupiter. Like, damn, but it's good if you can catch it because you might find yourself holding space for somebody or holding space with somebody and you thinking like, well, damn, we don't even have to do anything. I could just be present in this conversation. Maybe I can benefit them. Maybe we can benefit each other. But I would say stay out of the emotional glamour of wanting shit out of people before you even get to know them. Another thing for men, stop looking at women and thinking, oh, she's so damn sexy, I gotta have her, because you ain't the first guy that thought that. And more or less, it don't mean nothing at the end of the day. So a lot of deep cosmic energy in reference to Jupiter, but I think we can explore this a little deeper. So the Sabian symbol that Jupiter is in is Taurus, 17 degrees, and that Sabian symbol is confronting inner duality. The symbol is actually a battle between the swords and the torches. So the gnosis swords would be our thoughts and ideas, torches would be our passions. If you've been following me on this YouTube channel, on Instagram, any of my social medias, one of my major themes for this week and the past couple of weeks is being able to perceive and follow your soul. And in this moment, do the thing that you need to do in reference to your soul. If you don't know what your soul wants, this is the key to meditate. Try to meditate, relax until an idea comes. The idea brings the action because we have a powerful conjunction between Mars and Uranus. This becomes another portal. When we deal with Taurus and Scorpio, we're dealing with portals. If you look at Taurus, is to be the agriculture, and the agriculture is just basically alchemy between a seed and a plant, right? A seed becomes a plant or a fruit or a crop. That's alchemy. That's a portal. But then when you look at Scorpio, you have the sexual organs, which is also a seed, a uterus. You put the sperm in the uterus, and the magic is a child. But this process with Scorpio is the basis of human development, but the higher energy is spiritual development. You can create egregores, demonic entities. When I reference demonic entities, it's in the positive aspect, in the genius aspect. This is what is being discussed in the Hindu Kama Sutra and the Yab Yum or sex magic when two people are in mental balance, right? Something that we don't know much about because we too busy fucking, right? When two people are in mental balance, they're able to create a child, but they can always create a spiritual egregore or demonic entity that then allows them to start a business, build a home, have a car. See, this is the real gift and jewel of magic. Well, how can we get here? We both have to want the same thing, and we can't be no compromise, right? You can't be the type of person to say, I want a relationship and I want to be with somebody that's going to accept me for me, somebody that makes me feel good, somebody that makes me happy. That your happiness is not going to balance out the scale. One's in the chat if that makes sense. Your happiness is not homeostasis. The scale is what the scale is. You just have to add the weight to the scale, right? You have to be very practical and very mental and to say, how does this benefit both of us? Think of a partnership in a business, right? If I want to start a business and I want to have the number one tire company and my business partner just wants to pay the rent, we're going to have a conflict of interest. And that conflict of interest is not going to balance the scale. So when the energy progresses into Scorpio, what are we going to create? It's going to be a shitty business. It's going to be a shitty relationship because we have not been trained and taught to do the Libra work. And when you date a girl, you on a first date, is so much energy tied up into the sacral chakra, Scorpio, that she's not even at ease. If she's had a violent ex-boyfriend, she might look at you as being violent. You just trying to chill, get to know her. But you don't, but this energy is hard to clear, right? That's why you got to go to Columbian Exchange, get you a womb steam, but you got to use it. Like, it's weird how people tell me, yeah, I bought a womb steam a year ago. Yeah, I did a yoni steam before. See, that's not, see, your testosterone that you're producing from working and stressing out, that's created every single day. That's created every single day. So when you stop steaming, your testosterone doesn't stop being created because you steamed a year ago. Why am I talking about steaming? I must reiterate, we're talking about the Scorpio moon. The moon transit Scorpio. Scorpio rules the sexual organs. When we talk about the sexual organs, we're not just simply talking about the vagina. We're talking about the vagina uterus complex. And the reason that a lot of our relationships struggle is because women are put into the workforce and they have to work, and that work creates stress, and that stress creates testosterone. Hood Mystic, that's not fair. That doesn't make sense. Well, did you know that you create more cortisol when you're on your menstrual cycle? And if your menstrual cycle falls on a Tuesday, go tell your supervisor, I'm having a period. I need this week off. They're gonna look at you like you crazy. They be like, bitch, you better bring your ass here on Wednesday. That's not an excuse for you to call off for a week. But guess what? It is an excuse for you in reference to your life and your health. It isn't a reason to fucking call off. Oh, because you got to pay the rent, you can't call off. But we talk about your life and your health. 70% of PCOS is undiagnosed. PCOS is just testosterone in the uterus. Testosterone in the uterus will turn you masculine. It will keep you, it will harden you to life. And then when you want to deal with spiritual shit, you would deal with these women and they'll tax your motherfucking ass. Why? Because everybody working, everybody hustling, baby. Shit, I tell you to take a fucking day off, a week off. You looking at me like, well, how is this wisdom? Well, steam. You gotta steam. You should steam before your period, after your period. If you have aggressive PCOS, steam once a week. Source your herbs, get fresh herbs, sit your ass on that pot. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with it because there's no medicine you can take that's going to balance out your hormones. You gotta, you gotta find a place. You gotta find a. Let's keep it real. You gotta find a man that's going to keep you out the workforce, like so you don't have to work full time. Right? You need to find a man of means. Scorpio deals a lot with money. It's like, oh, I can't find a man with means. It's a lot of men with means, but then y'all want to do whatever y'all want to do with a man with means. And a man with means, you would have to actually just be like, no, I ain't about to do shit because I need to chill. I need to relax to get into you for your health in your life. What's going to happen when you turn 50 on the path that you're going? You're going to go to the hospital one day and you're going to have so many problems from menopause. The doctor say, you know what we're going to do? Let's just take your history. Let's just take your ovaries out. That'll solve all your problems. You'll live the rest of your life happy and free. No more problems. And a lot of women can't wait to do it. All right, what am I talking about? Hysterectomies. Statistics. Hysterectomy, the surgical removal of the uterus, is the second most common surgery for women in the United States. So, one's in the chat if what I just said made sense. When I said that you're going the way that you're living, you're going to come to the doctor one day when you're 50 years old, and your doctor is going to say, you know what's going to solve this problem? We're going to remove your uterus, and you're not going to have any of these problems anymore. No more fibroids, no more cysts, no more periods. You're good. We got you, sis. But then you're not gonna find a man that's going to help support you because he might say, I don't want you talking to no other men. I want you to delete your social medias. I want you to turn your location on. This nigga controlling. Yeah, he don't want you to cheat on him. A man that loves you, why wouldn't he be controlling? Why wouldn't you want to listen to him? Why wouldn't you want to be under his direction? But your desire to be free is also your desire to work a 40-hour work week. That's going to create testosterone. Okay. Kyrie, what are you talking about? You're making shit up. You're making shit up. In PCOS, the ovaries do not work normally and produce too much testosterone. In PCOS, the ovaries do not work normally and produce too much testosterone. So you be wanting a reading, you be wanting to get a fucking Akashic records reading. Motherfuckers want to be put under hypnosis. Motherfuckers want to go to a spiritual school. Motherfuckers want to do everything and everything. And all of this shit costs money, meaning your ass gonna have to work overtime to pay your motherfucking spiritual development bill. And the whole time you producing testosterone because you're working all the fucking time. And then you say, I don't need no fucking man. What the hell? You might not like what But it's okay though, because when it gets so bad, you're gonna go to the doctor, and the doctor say, we've been doing this to your aunties, your grandmas, your mamas for the past fucking 100 years. We actually started this whole thing called OBGYN on your ancestors. What you talking about? Pioneering. What do pioneering mean? I went to public school. Pioneering means involving new ideas or methods. Got it. So, involving the new idea of gynecological surgical procedures, many of which were initially performed on enslaved women. Oh, you gave them the sauce. You gave them the sauce on, oh, we could do this, we could do that. Think about how fucking inhumane this shit is. Think about how sick and twisted this shit is. Think about how sad this shit is. But it's just you in the cesarean section, them taking your placenta from cesarean section, taking your placenta to doing a hysterectomy. No wonder when you go to medical towns where all the doctors live and all the people that own hospitals, they riding around in Bentleys, Beamers, and and having the big old mansions. Like we'll just give it to them, you know. So get into the Sabian symbol, confronting inner duality. Life is a struggle between external and internal opposing forces, confronting inner dualities. So, looking at this metaphysically, what I try to do, I look at the swords as our inner thoughts and our torches as our passions. And the word that came up that we should bring up in the etymology was decide. What does decide mean? Decide means to settle a dispute, determine controversy, or literally to cut off. So when you make a claim to do anything, people not gonna do this because we want to be friends with everybody. We want people to love us. We want people to like us. We want people to say, "Man, that's a cool nigga over there. You know, she real nice. She'll give you the shirt off our back." We love hearing shit like that, right? So when it comes to make a decision on what you going to do, Jupiterian style, in the second deacon of Taurus, where is success? Where do you going to be successful at? You're going to have to decide, but to decide literally means to cut people off or to cut off whatever is not a part of the decision. You can't make a decision and then include everybody into your life. The people that are successful, I mean, you would just have to determine like I want you to be successful and I want you to be happy and I want you to have what you want. So I'm not saying this so a person can make a specific decision. I'm just showing you the etymology of the word decision, and it literally means to cut off, right? Literally means to cut off. But to me, it's like, what are you focused on so much so that you don't have any distractions and you're cutting off all the distractions? And I don't want you to be so nice and so kind to people that you not getting what you want out of the equation. So just another thing that I wanted to show about Venus sextile Jupiter, as the energy is coming up, the weekend is coming up very shortly. What are you doing this weekend? Right? What is your plans for the weekend? Because this weekend, Venus will be sextile Jupiter. Venus is abundance. Jupiter is success. This is the time. If you've been single for a long time, you bought that outfit 2 months ago, you ain't worried. You ain't been to no all white parties this summer. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out and about, right? But also think about owning, starting that pizza shop with the homeboys, right? So it's kind of like, you know, linking up with your homies, doing something that's productive, but also linking up with people that make you feel good. It's a very strong, like, this is the energy that I exist in, making money and making love, right? That's all I'm about. And anybody that's not about this life of making money and making love, I'm making too much money and I'm making too much love. I don't really have time for nothing else, right? And it's good because at the end of the day, when you need something or something happen in your life, you can't always go to other people. It's good to have it already in the bank account. It's good to know that the check is in the mail. It's good to know that you're in a space where you're secure and you're loved. That's going to create estrogen. That's not going to create testosterone. That's actually going to be the thing that you need. Survival mode, you don't get access to any of this, unfortunately, because you're too busy surviving. And once you get to a place of survival, you don't even want to go back to a place where you need to survive. So a lot of people go and hustle 10 years longer than they actually need to because they're afraid of going back. But once again, we don't live in the back, we live in the present. Now, if you've been divorced, you need to start working on energy of getting over that divorce, right? And the reason that I say that is because that relationship is over. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to do it again. You can't say because the relationship didn't work at first that relationships don't work for you, right? You need to understand how you're going to improve, and more or less you only need to get it right once. And if you're retarded, you might meet somebody with Down syndrome at the club tonight and y'all will just be retarded together. Y'all be like, "You getting on the short bus too? Oh my god, I can't believe it. We're meant for each other." Right? Just because you slow don't mean that it ain't nobody that's slow waiting for you at the party, right? So it don't matter about certain things that's quote unquote wrong with you unless shit is really wrong with you and you really need to get help. That's on you to get the help. But you can't assume that everybody around you is going to give a fuck about you needing help. Like, people caring about making you happy, or sometimes motherfuckers just having a good time and want to have a good time. Where are you at on this spectrum? Are you prepared to meet people halfway, right? To just throw all inhibitions to the wall and just be like, let's go out and dance. Let's go to the game. Let's go to the movies. Let's do something instead of just sitting in the house. Or, once again, let's hit up the library this weekend. Let's go to the park and make sure we working on our presentation for these investors, right? Making money and making love is kind of the overall disposition of the energy. So it's good vibes, good energy. And I would say, if you're not in this energy or in this vibration, what's going on? What's wrong? Right? What's going on? What's wrong? Are you in tune with your soul? Do you know what your soul wants you to do? Are you drinking your tea? Is your hormones balanced? Venus in Cancer, Cancer dealing with the gut health, microbiome. Are your hormones balanced? Start there. You eating meat all the time, you gonna feel like a cow, right? You eating goddamn bacon every morning, you gonna feel like a pig. So you trying to figure out what's wrong, chill on the meat. I mean, if you're taking it for dietary reasons, figure out what diet the animal is on and eat the same food that the animal ate so you can get the same nutrients. But with all that being said, like look forward to experiencing good luck, receiving things, gifts, money, compliments. So Venus and Jupiter, like this is a time, like I hate the big niggas that be looking crazy. Like you can't just be saying like I'm a big nigga, I got money. Like no, throw on an outfit, like put yourself together, like act like something good is going to happen. Remind yourself that the check is in the mail. Like remind yourself the direction that you're going in your life. Like if the direction that you're going in life is I don't need nobody, I can do this on my own. I've been doing this shit on my own. Man, we was on a date yesterday and chick was just like, I do all of this stuff alone. And I'm just like, that's not a flex, you know? Like leverage your time, get help, and figure out how to benefit people because you doing everything on your own. That's not normal. You go and create the testosterone. So once you create the testosterone, you can't think, you can't drink, you can't sleep, you can't do anything. You just sitting there, just a nervous wreck because your body is producing more testosterone than it needs. And then when you get home, you can't really wind down. The moment you start to wind down a little bit, you got to wake right back up and go right back to work. That's going to create a zombie like state for you. You're going to just hate life, hate existence. So at a certain point, what about that 65-year-old dude that said he wanted to take care of you? Like, revisit that. Like, go over that text thread. He said, I just want you to wear your natural hair. I want you to take my dogs for a walk in the morning. I like eating bacon and eggs and toast type shit. At first, it was a bad idea. Now you're thinking, what was Cletus talking about again? You deal with Cletus, I guarantee you're going to be receiving the gifts, money, and compliments all this weekend. You need to stop dealing with them young hood niggas. I'm going to just leave that there. So, just wanted to do a quick little light video on the transits in reference to Jupiter, Scorpio moon, and Venus and Cancer. Jupiter is sextiling Venus while Jupiter is opposing the moon. So, with all that being said, hopefully you can take something from this video, get out and about, enjoy the weekend. It is the summertime. The sun is conjunct Sirius. The luck is on your side. So, don't be in a space where you're feeling bad for yourself. Like, get out with your homeboys, do something, get out with your homegirls, do something, go out with your man. Like, figure out how to enjoy life this weekend, figure out how to be social, how to connect with people. And from there, you'll notice a lot of good energy. So don't get caught up in the news cycle, being afraid of even existing and going outside because a lot of the shit that's going on in the media is not really happening in real life. When you set your intentions for life, that's what's really happening. So whatever you want to have fun, you want to have a good time, it's available. Think outside the box, call some of your old friends up, like figure something out, set up a plan, set up a date, get out, get active. And I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Visit Columbian Exchange, White Rabbit site. Maybe infuse your weekend with some psychedelics, a nature walk for shit show. Something of that, take you a couple of microdose capsules before y'all go to the dance club where they be playing the just walk up into a club. You feel me? Like do something goofy. You know what I'm saying? Take 4 microdose capsules and just start dancing with goddamn neon glasses on and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about something that's going to be outside the norm. Recognize that Jupiter is sextile Venus, meaning if you put a little effort to enjoying your life, to enjoying your weekend, you'll be like, damn, I'm happy I got this Airbnb by the lake this weekend because it really recharged me. I feel great. I'm in the energy. Met this wonderful couple next door. Got into some swinger shit. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Jokes I tell. But anyways, man, this has been another edition of the Daily Energy Reading. My name is the Hood Mystic, also known as Kyrie Anthony. Go ahead and Google it. Get my books on Amazon or at thecolumbianexchange.com. All merch, all herbs, things of that nature. Support this channel by supporting yourself spiritually. Tap into all of my products, services. I got readings, things of that nature, man. If you feel I can help you, let me know. I will strive to meet you where you at. At this point, I'm never really, I'm you might know me a little too well, Stephanie. You might know me a little too well. Listen, if at this point, man, I really don't care. If you need the help, I'm just trying to give it because I always said if I was ever up, I was going to be one of those type of people that was extremely altruistic, never tripping on none of this shit because I got this shit out the mud, meaning that it's really nothing. It's just based on an intention and being present, being consistent in your spiritual development and knowing what you want, getting out of survival mode and getting into thrive mode, right? So leverage your time and energy by being with people that's going to assist you in life because you cannot do this shit alone. If you're doing it alone, I guarantee you that you're struggling. Nobody is like, I'm doing it alone and I'm doing a great motherfucking job. I'm so happy that I'm doing it alone. Nobody ever said that in the history of doing it alone. That's nothing to take pride in. So figure out how to leverage your team, get you an old ass sugar daddy, something. Some of y'all look halfway decent, can pull a good looking man. Go ahead and lock old buddy in. He got a good job at the factory and figure out how y'all going to figure out the bills in a living situation. Because nobody can do it alone. You got kids, find you another man that got kids, figure out a babysitting schedule. Because nobody can do it alone. I'm the Hood Mystic, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me all this time. Check out my remix, Kendrick Lamar, over a Drake beat. Cause I'm really into them niggas ending the beef because I like both of them. And I don't feel like because they both make good music, they gotta fight each other. That is not how my brain works. So check out this mix I did between Cut You Off, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake the Red Button. This has been your edition of Hood in the Morning Daily Energy Reading. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Be hollering that whoop-de-whoop, blah say blah, he say, she say, oh my God, shut the fuck up, scary ass. Every time you come around, you be hollering that whoop-de-whoop, blah say blah, he say, she say, I'm trying to learn something, 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 I'm trying to learn something. I'm trying to learn something.
Everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Time to tap in now.